storm had already begun when he took the wheel. The sea was snarling, the sky torn open, and the ship was drifting without purpose or power. No map could help, but he steered anyway, straight into the storm. It takes a steady hand on the tiller to stay the course when the waves are lashing all around, and your shipmates are growing restless and hungry. Now the captain is entering treacherous waters. Giant sharks are circling all around. Inflation, subsidy, currency crisis, and the high cost of living. No captain can command the sea, but he can choose where to sail, what to risk, and what to save. There's no safe harbor anymore. No going back. No lifeboats. Just 250 million passengers, hoping for renewal and a better future.
Two years on, the Tinubu Scorecard, from economic reforms to infrastructure development, security challenges to social welfare initiatives, we take a critical look at the progress made, the challenges faced, and the prospect for the Southeast future under President Bola Tinubu's leadership. Let's begin from Anambra State with our Rise correspondent, Emeka Monye.
Thank you, Oye, for reaching out. Now, let me tell you something about Anambra. It is the home of the port city of Onitsha, as well as the industrial base of the Southeast in particular. It is also the entry point to other 4 eastern states in the Southeast here and some part of the South-South. The Southeast region, since the assumption of office of the Tinubu-led administration, has seen some significant developments in the last 2 years. These include the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a major road project aimed at enhancing regional integration and economic growth. Anambra, for instance, a major commercial hub, is one of the beneficiaries of some of these projects. On May 8 this year, President Bola Tinubu commissioned some projects, including the new Governor's Lodge, the Fun City, the Emeka Anyako Center for Diplomacy in UNIZIK. The Southeast Development Commission, a federal government intervention project designed to catalyze regional economic through strategic partnership with the state and the private sector, was passed into law under the Tinubu-led administration, with Mark Okoye, an indigene of Anambra State, emerging as the Commission's first chief executive officer.
Nigerian federation or federalism is skewed in favor of the center. What that means is that if you do not enjoy very healthy relationship with the center, you will not be able to really progress as much as you would want to. That is what the governor has done in re-establishing that confidence that the center has in Anambra and vice versa. And it's working magic.
Another visible project in the state is the construction of the Enugu to Abakaliki Road, Enugu to Onitsha, and Enugu to Owerri roads. These projects are part of the federal government's effort to improve the state's transportation network.
Happy also that the president used that opportunity to deepen the physical infrastructure integration of the Southeast Nigeria, which had been previously excluded from national planning, especially as it concerns the National Gas Master Plan, which the president said will be reviewed and the entire Southeast and Anambra will be integrated, and also for the National Master Rail Plan, which will be reviewed and all of Southeast will be included. and also the road infrastructure, the highway from Anambra to Kogi that will shorten travel time from Anambra to Abuja from 9 hours to 3 hours. All these were the physical economic policy benefits that were obtained.
In terms of political appointments, security, business and economic activities, there are those who believe the region has benefited from the government. For instance, the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumego Ojukwu, is an indigene of Anambra State.
In his own way, he's trying to have some kind of rapprochement with the Southeast. So, generally, I think that so far he's done well for the Southeast, but then expectations are high. This is a region of Nigeria that has been on the fringes of statecraft for more than 50 years. So it's not going to take 2 years to ameliorate the situation that has been challenging for these same people.
But some critics argue that more needs to be done to address the region's developmental needs, citing the lack of railways, international airports and seaports in the southeast. Emeka Monye, Arise News, Anambra.
From Umuahia, the Abia State capital, it is that of mixed feelings and reaction from a lot of persons who have spoken with. But most dominant in their description of the 2 years in office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that of hunger, occasioned by high cost of living and goods and services. Not forgetting the issues of insecurity bedeviling not just the southeast but the nation at large. For them, it is imperative and important that the present administration does all within its powers to ensure that insecurity is brought to the barest minimum, while people-oriented policies are enacted and implemented to ensure that the issues of food crisis and insufficiency is tackled, while Nigerians are expectant that the next coming 2 years would be nothing but the best for the present administration.
It's 2 years since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office as Nigeria's commander-in-chief. But as the administration crosses the halfway point of its first term, Nigerians are grappling with growing concerns, chief among them insecurity and economic hardship. Initially, President Tinubu planned a visit to Abia State to commission significant infrastructure projects. However, these events were postponed, leaving many residents awaiting the federal government's direct engagement. Despite federal government initiatives, local communities remain skeptical about tangible benefits of these interventions. It is, however, noteworthy that Abia State boasts notable representation in President Tinubu's administration. Nkiruka Onyejocha from Umunochi, local government area of the state, is a serving Minister of State for Labor and Employment. Jennifer Adeyije is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company. Adeyije is spearheading efforts to enhance electricity access in the region. Chijioke Chukwu, former minority leader of the Abia State House of Assembly, has been appointed to the Northwest Development Commission, while Sam Onibu, former member of the House of Representatives, now serves as member of Northeast Development Commission, as Emeka Wogu serves as chairman of the Southeast Development Commission. These appointments reflect Abia's involvement in national governance, though the impact on local development remains a topic of discussion. But Abia State has experienced significant security incidents, notably the 2024 Aba killings, where 11 individuals, including 5 soldiers, were killed during a military operation. The attack was attributed to separatist groups, leading to heightened tensions and a subsequent military response. These, some respondents say, should be tackled for even development of the state.
If I'm scoring him over 10, I will score him 2 over 10. In terms of security, it's not doing well in security. Well, you should improve on security. With security, you know that every other aspect will improve.
He has tried, but a lot of people's expectation is that Nnamdi Kanu would have been freed by now. If Nnamdi Kanu is freed, I think it will reduce the security problem to the barest minimum in the southeast. Because of the continued delay in releasing the Nnamdi Kanu, some other hoodlums have taken advantage of the problem and are hiding under it to cause problems.
You know that there is insecurity, and it could be boiled down to hardship, because when people are feeding fine and looking fine, when they see something, they will say something, and you know what you're dying for. Now, I don't know what one is dying for.
The economic reforms implemented by President Tinubu, such as the removal of fuel subsidies and currency devaluation, have led to widespread protests across Nigeria, including in Abia State. Citizens expressed concerns over rising inflation, unemployment, and increasing cost of living, with many demanding immediate relief measures.
There has been a period of inconsistent policies, especially in economy. The economy has gone down drastically. You look at for instance, inflation. The inflation rate has risen drastically. Dollar exchange, price of petroleum, and the commonest things that people buy. So if you judge it from this general perspective, you will find out that we as Nigerians have not seen anything new in his administration to say that he has done well. For me, I can't even rate him above average.
And I think since he was sworn in, I think everything changed from what we used to know to what we don't know again. For instance, as you can see, I'm sweating. I'm in my car. I can't even on AC, because when you buy fuel, you see that you will not take any kilometer before you see that the thing will drop back. So in terms of development, I am not feeling any development. Personally, I'm not feeling any development.
While President Tinubu's administration has initiated projects aimed at improving Abia State infrastructure and connectivity, the region continues to face significant security and economic challenges. Addressing these issues requires a concerted effort from both federal and state governments, as well as active engagement with local communities. Nora Okafor, Arise News.
It is a mixed feeling here in Ebonyi, where a cross-section of residents in the state have expressed their views on the performance of the Tinubu-led administration in the southeast since assumption of office on May 29, 2023.
There's a lot of positive change in all the areas, both the areas of transport, commodities, and so there is improvement in the social communities.
Since the fear got height and till today it has affected everything, because it has a ripple effect on all products, all goods that are being sold in the market. Because when transportation is high, the people that goes to buy those things also come to add their own price on, goods, consumable goods, people used in their various homes. So things are very expensive in our country today, and Ebonyi is not left out. We are the people living in Ebonyi, in the sense that what you use 20,000 to get in the year 2022, you cannot even use 60,000 to get it in the year 2025, to tell you how it has tripled. You understand me? So things are very, very expensive. Even the take home, because salary is not taking us home anymore. Because within 3 days, if you itemize all your needs, what you want to do in the family, take care of school fees, pay your utility bills, buy gas, pay electricity bills, you find out that you are left with nothing. So that is the current situation in Ebonyi State today, and I know it's affecting every state in Nigeria.
He's improving the life of the politicians. Not everybody is benefiting from it. As you can see it. Also, when you go to the villages, inside villages, you see that so many people are dying in hunger. How to feed problem, how to treatment problem. When you sick, if you don't have money, you die. People are dying seriously inside the villages. If you're not a politician, you cannot benefit, which is very bad. The government is supposed to, for everybody to benefit from it. I see it to be. I am a driver. My vehicle broke down, so to maintain it is very hard to me. To raise money to go and to put it in order. But before I can use 10,000-15,000 and buy tire. But now each tire burden is from 40 to 50,000. Everything is very, very exorbitant, which is very bad.
2 years ago, what we were able to get with 1,000 naira, with 4,000 naira, you can't get it now. And even then, you cannot vouch for the quality of what we are getting. The quality of life has depreciated to the extent that people just buy or use whatever they see, including food. People are no longer looking for quality. They just want to remain alive till the next day. Then for school enrollment, it's affecting it seriously. Parents can hardly feed their children, let alone getting money to send them to school. Then families are crumbling because there is what they call food security. If there is no food security in the family, no matter the kind of love between husband and wife, my dear, it's just like it's going to blow up any moment from there.
I'm in Enugu, the core city state. I've been able to talk to some residents to have an assessment of Tinubu's government in the last 2 years. They tell me they're happy that the president was able to establish the Southeast Development Commission to address the infrastructure gap in the Southeast, which was not there in the last years during the war. And they also say they're happy that the NEL fund was established so students can have access to loan from the NEL fund. But they're asking for the loan to be more transparent. They're also telling me that the economy is not doing very well. The president should sit up and make sure that he's centering the economy. So in the next 2 years, the economy will stabilize. I'm also being told that the coal mine in Enugu should be revived, and also the Ojiriva power plant should be revived to ensure that the Southeast enjoys the benefits of democracy from this government. On assumption of office, the president announced the removal of oil subsidy, which jolted most Nigerians and brought untold hardship to the most vulnerable, leading to an increase in petrol pump price, which also affected the spending pattern of Nigerians. Judah Niobo, an engineer of Enugu State, commends the president for taking a bold step by removing the oil subsidy. He, however, says he is elated the president has done well in the area of infrastructure as affects Enugu State. Some of the projects he says President Tinubu has attracted to Enugu State include the construction of Emene flyover, the biggest in the southeast, the new Artisan Bridge, the Nigerian Navy School at Enugu Ezike, the methanol and solar plants all at Akbugo in Kano West local government area, among others.
We have every reason to celebrate his 2 years in office. I'm not going to concentrate in talking what he has done to him, but what has done to Nigeria at large. You know, before now, the issue of our economic resources is domiciled in the house of few cabals in the name of fuel subsidy. But the president take the bold step of removing this fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy, which is the foremost scam that Nigeria have ever had. Now, the economy, the revenue, the profit we are getting from subsidy removal is being shared to the 3 tiers of the government. And the money is being used to run the governance. You know, prior to now, it is easy for most states of the federation to implement this new minimum wage because of what they are gaining from the removal of the fuel subsidy. You know, before, every time, every quarter or every 6 months, you have queues in different filling stations. But since the removal of that fuel subsidy, you can easily get to any filling station of your choice and get fuel. With that, again, you can see that the revenue has increased in a geometrical progression. Each state is getting enough money to pay salaries, to pay current recurrent expenditure, and above all, engage in infrastructural development.
Aside these infrastructures that the president has endowed Enugu State with, he has also been appreciated for appointing some Enugu indigenes to be part of his Renewed Hope agenda. Only recently, Nigeria's former Senate President Kenny Namani was appointed chairman, Nigerian Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS, Kuru Jos. Before now, President Tinubu had appointed the chief of the naval staff, Emma Ogala, Uche Nnaji, Minister of Science, Innovation and Technology, Ugochukwu Agbala, member of the Southeast Development Commission, SEDC. Ifedi Mobi is an economist. He gave the president thumbs up on the establishment of SEDC.
The president has started doing one or two things in the areas of trying to plug in the excess, to plug in the wastage, in government. There's still a lot that needs to be done there. If that is not corrected, if we're not able to plug in the loopholes where funds are siphoned out, mismanaged, or being, misspent, it will be difficult for the administration to do anything beneficial in the next few years. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, assuming that that is done, money needs to be spent in areas that will uplift the average Nigerian. We spend a lot in infrastructure, yes, and infrastructure is good. However, we need to be able to ensure that the people, the average Nigerian, has that propensity to purchase, is able to spend, is able to generate income and wealth for the future.
While calling the president on all fronts, they appealed for the revitalization of the Oji River Power Plant and the resuscitation of the coal mine in Enugu to address the issue of epileptic power supply to the state and the entire southeast zone.
You have multiple challenges now that businesses are faced, right? When you talk about the high taxes, right? Associated currently, and then also talk about the high cost of energy, yeah, right? In Nigeria, whether you're talking about electricity or maybe to power with the diesel, there is high cost implication for energy. So how will businesses actually survive if there are no incentives, if there are no forms of soft loans, right? Or loans that come with single digits that businesses can leverage on to actually keep their head above the water.
As the president steps into the second half of his first term, Enugu residents like Oliver Twist say they expect more.
Having assumed office in May 29, 2023, President Bola Tinubu's administration has little or no impact in Imo State in terms of policy implementation by the federal government. The president only visited Imo State once during the swearing-in of Governor Hope Uzodima's second term in office. During the visit, the president commissioned the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drive. But in the areas of appointment, the president has appointed some Imo indigenes such as Minister of Finance for State Anita Doris, Chairman of College of Fishery and Marine Technology McDonald Ebere, Nwaki Beya Ndidi, the Acting Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Service. Even with this appointment, the people of Imo State are yet to feel the positive impact of his administration.
To me, I would say that it's a very bad one because people are crying, dying of starvation, as in hardship everywhere. So I think
we pray that our next government, we pray that God should give us the person that will come and rule this country very well so that everybody will be happy and things will go well. The president that is going to take the sacrifice to save the future generation. It is not by saying it though, it's by doing it. Maybe by saying that he may be deceiving people, and people may say that, okay, since he has said that, okay, let us vote for him the next election. Then voting for him now, when the time comes, you will see that things will also turn around to become like this again, and people will also start crying up and down again, and things will continue to be like this.
We achieve nothing. But I'm telling you, we are not happy based on his administration, based on what we are seeing. Because there are many graduates here, no work, nothing, no industry. They are just celebrating up and down, riding keke. So we don't know. We don't know at all. So that's how we see it. If they allow, that they allow this man, P2B, I think things wouldn't have been like this at all. At all. Everything is rising every day. No money to buy it, no job, nothing. So we are feeling bad, in short.
I must say that in assessing the performance of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so many factors certainly will come into play. Number one is assessing him objectively, bereft of sentiment and rancor, bereft of any political infusion. And another aspect of it is assessing him from a biased mind. So, being an objective analyst, I would say that President Bola Tinubu has put in his best in making sure that he provides solutions to Nigerian problems. But the point is, his best has not been enough in dealing with socio-economic problems of the country. And we expect him to put the best of his best. And by that I mean, if you want to compare President Tinubu's administration vis-a-vis the previous administration of former President Buhari, you will see that in Buhari's 2 years in office, the gross domestic product of Nigeria grew very well, to the point that people felt, as at that time, people were not also happy. People were criticizing him. In view, they were comparing him to the previous administration, before him. And now when we make such comparison, you'll find out that the gross domestic product of Nigeria has not grown so much.
The University Don says though the president is putting his best, but his best is not enough. He urged the president to come up with policies that will change the life of Imo people positively, as well as citing some projects in the state.
So when you assess this, you will discover that, for me, Mr. President has to sit up, and he has to sit up and prefer solutions to our problems. Because when you have policies that cannot bring food on the table of the ordinary man, average Nigerians are suffering.
The people of Imo State expressed disappointment over what they describe as low performance of the president as it affects them. They therefore call on President Tinubu to embark on the electoral reform, set up economic team, come up with policies that will have human face for the people of Imo State.
And that's an assessment of President Tinubu's impact in the Southeast region. Yes, 2 years in, President Tinubu stands at a crossroad, caught between the urgency of the present and the promise of tomorrow. The next 2 years will be crucial. Will his administration calm the storm or deepen the crisis? The path forward hinges on the choices made today. Ohi Odi, Arise News.